All right, hey folks, this is video number 2 on the GORUCK Rough Runners. And this is something I've had planned for several months, knowing that I just did I did the GORUCK City Ruck 26.2 miler in Nashville in March. We actually went 28 miles just because we made a wrong turn. That video, that article is linked in the show notes. Then 2 days ago on May 18th, we had our annual Mark Forster Jag 28 Memorial Birthday Walk. And that's 28 miles. And that's the surface is, whereas Nashville was 100% city, sidewalks and streets. Actually, it was mostly sidewalks and paved paths. This was 0 sidewalks. It was all roads, and some of them were asphalt. You'll see here, I'm showing here in the video, various surfaces that we had. Asphalt, you had gravel in the forest. You also had those paved country roads where they're kind of sharp. So if you have thinner shoes and you get to high mileage, you're going to start feeling all that unlevel rock that's mixed in, with the asphalt there, or the tar or whatever it is to make those country roads. So various surfaces, and that's why, because of those roads for this event, that's why I chose to use the Rough Runners this year. I'll link to some other videos where I've made reviews and why I've chosen other shoes in the past, like the Ballistic Trainers. When it was all sidewalks and paved paths, the Ballistic Trainers were great. However, this event that we did 2 days ago did not have surfaces that smooth. So normally what I always do, well, this is what I did this time, is I wore these GORUCK tough merino or challenge socks, they call them, and this is all I wore. I put them on in the morning. I put on some Body Glide on my feet first, put these on, never took them off. I never looked at my feet. We stop every 4 to 7 miles and take a quick break, eat, drink. Normally I would always change socks and reapply some powder to my feet to keep them dry. This time I didn't do that because I wanted to give these one more try, because the same way I did in Nashville in March for the City Ruck, I never took them off either. And I was carrying weight then. I had 30 pounds the whole time then, 20-pound plate plus the water bladder and some clothing. Anyway, it was for sure 30 pounds. So this one I was not carrying extra weight. It was only some extra shirts and these socks and a few more things. So I always carry extra socks. I've done that every year because I change. But this time, I wanted to be prepared in case I needed to change socks. Well, I've got 2 pair of Darn Tough socks here, and 1 pair of the Belega Hidden Comfort that I used the previous 2 years with the Ballistic Trainers. They work great, but my goal was to not change, and I didn't have to. So I only touched my shoes once, and that was at mile 24. I untied my shoes and tightened them up. That's it. So it's important to know on this ruck, the temperature was from the 60s to low 80s. The 80s was a very, very quick period of time because we had a lot of clouds, we had mist rain, and we had absolute pouring down rain that came from every direction with thunder and lightning. And we all got soaked. That's why I was so impressed with these shoes and socks, because it didn't affect me at all. They drain very well. These shoes, this material here it drains awesomely. And then the padding that I needed for those surfaces it saved my life compared to last year when I used the Ballistic Trainers on those more rough paved roads, wavy paved roads. That's what killed my feet, because I remember even at mile in the 20s, low 20s, hitting those surfaces again, even with these Rough Runners, I was feeling it. And I knew that if I had thinner shoes, that I would be hurting more. But these were a tremendous tool on my feet for sure. You're going to see these have been washed because they were pretty dirty, but we washed those this weekend, so they look pretty clean now. There's definitely wear on both the balls of both of them, and a little bit on the heel because of how I walk. But these are made for men and women. You'll see here in the video, Emily, who joined us. She's got over 300 miles on her Rough Runners.
All right, mile
I don't know where we're at. 15. We got
16,
rough runners down
16.
here. Emily's got rough runners.
Yep.
There's my rough runners. We're feeling good, huh?
Yes, they're the best. The best shoe I've literally ever found.
Right.
Thanks, GORUCK.
She runs the Rocket City Ruck Club, so she speaks highly of them. So that's why I wanted the woman's perspective too. So I've got over 100 miles on mine, and I found my shoe. Now, terrain. If you're going to be on trails, you may want the ankle support. I get that. Or if you're carrying really heavy weight, even if you're on flat surfaces, you may want the ankle support. If I was carrying maybe 40 pounds or more, I would probably have to think about my ankles and get on the Mac V1s or Mac V2s. But there's not really a worry for me because I'm not carrying heavy weight in this event, and the surfaces are all pretty flat. The forest did have, you'll see, and you saw my video there, where there were some potholes and stuff. You got to watch out. But that's just, I think, something to consider is, yes, you do have to think about ankle support when you're carrying heavy weight or if you're in a very unlevel terrain. But other than that, this is the way to go. I'm very pleased with these. I have now tested these, so I can give my full confidence that after 2 long distance rucks, the Rough Runners are my go-to for paved surfaces. All right, 5.8 miles. Let's see if I can get here. No issues. I'm not going to take them off. Nothing. All right, 12 miles. Yeah. 12 miles. I haven't taken my shoes or socks off yet, so right now the Rough Runners are doing the job at the moment on this wavy, rocky road. A little bit of rain, a little bit of Rough Runners, a little bit of water. And if you got questions, please let me know. Even questions about sizing, maybe how they fit on your ankle. I've talked about that a little bit in the other video, but they are, for me, put them right on, no break-in, of course. I've never had to break in any of GORUCK shoes. You can look in the link in my video to see the comparison, side-by-side comparison from GORUCK on the Ballistic Trainers versus the Rough Runners. Both very good shoes. I wear the Ballistic Trainers a lot, but if I'm going to be rucking long distance or rucking with any weight, I've got the Rough Runners. If I'm running, which I don't run much, but if I'm doing an F3 workout where we're going to do maybe a half a mile or more, then I want the Rough Runners. If it's a shorter distance, then the Ballistic Trainers are a great option too. Appreciate you watching. See you.